What up, YouTube? My name is Elijah. This is my first ever YouTube video. We're going to be starting an NCAA 14 Revamped Series. So we're going to have the new updated rosters, latest version of Revamped, all that good stuff. I'm pretty excited for the new game coming out, as you can tell. It's going to be a relegation league, so you can have teams moving up and down conferences every year depending on how well they do. You can have like a Premier League, which for us is going to be the SEC, where we're trying to get to. So we're going to start as an offensive coordinator in the league. We're going to start at the bottom conference, and we're going to try to work our way up. It's a cool series. It's a fun way to play the game, and I'm super excited. So lock in. If you have a good time, you like the video, follow and subscribe if you want me to keep making some more. Again, my first YouTube video. So this is our relegation pyramid. You have the SEC at the top. That is our Premier League. It's filled with the best teams in the league. And then you have Conference USA as our rock bottom league, filled with the worst teams in the league. Here to the left, I have the leagues, the conferences laid out 1 through 10 in order. How teams will progress through this series is Conference USA champion goes to the MAC champion goes to the Mountain West champion goes to the Sun Belt, so on and so forth. How this period was made, what it was based off of, was an article I found online ranking this past season's best football conferences. I did make a couple changes. I put the SEC at the top, and I put the Big Ten as the second best conference just due to all the realignment stuff. How does the relegation work? So if you're a conference champion, you're going to get a promotion. You're going to move up the pyramid. If you're dead last in your conference, you're going to get a relegation. You're going to move down the pyramid. All conference champions make the playoffs. So we're also going to have a 12-team playoff at the end of the year. If you're conference champion, you automatically make it, all 10 of them. Whoever wins that playoffs gets an automatic berth into the SEC, or if they're already in the SEC, they get a 3-year protection from relegation. How the seeding works is, since SEC is the Premier League, it's got the best teams. They get 3 spots, 3 auto bids. The champion, the runner-up, and the third place finish. And then the Big Ten champion gets the 4th seed and the final bye. Pac-12 gets the 5th seed. They'll be playing against the Conference USA champion. ACC gets the 6th seed. They'll go against the MAC. Big 12 gets the 7th seed. They'll go against the Mountain West. And then the American Conference gets the 8th seed, and they'll go against the 9-seeded Sun Belt champions. All right, what up? Time to introduce our creative coach for this dynasty, Willie Fiddler. Got him looking nice. Got him a little sweater vest on. Threw some glasses on him. He's an Oregon State graduate. Go Beavs. # build the dam. Shout out to the Pac-2 for real. We're going to be running a run and shoot offensive playbook. We're going to be leaning on the run a little bit more just because our team's going to be bad at the beginning. And then we're going to be running a 3-3-5 defensive playbook, and we're going to be leaning on defending the pass a little more. Right. Now that we got Willie Fiddle created into our universe for this dynasty, we're going to go over some rules and difficulties, and then we're going to go over our custom conferences. So rules and difficulties, we're starting our coach level at default. We're having it progress slow, and we're not using auto-generated names because we have active rosters from this past year. We have everything set to Heisman. We're running 6-minute quarters, injuries, fatigue on, all that kind of stuff. Home field advantage effects on, and so is ice the kicker. Game rules, I'm not going to touch any of this. It's just all going to be 50s across the board. Same with custom AI. If it needs to be updated later, I can go through and mess with it. But moving into our conferences. So SEC is going to be our Premier League like we were talking about. So these are the teams with the most talent. How these conferences were made, how I aligned everything was based off an article I found online ranking every team 1 through 33 from this past season. Obviously, there's only 126 teams in NCAA 14. So if your team's not in the game, they're not going to be in here, unfortunately. So teams like Liberty, teams like FIU, teams of that nature. But in here you got some good talent. You got like Georgia, Michigan, Washington, Missouri, Ohio State, Oregon, all that kind of stuff. A step down from the SEC is the Big Ten. That is with teams like Clemson, Oregon State, Oklahoma State, SMU, Kansas State. And then a step down from the Big Ten is actually going to be the Pac-12. I'm sorry. This is where you start to see the talent pool worsen a little bit. You still got teams like North Carolina in here. You still got teams like USC, like UCLA, Kentucky. A step down from the Pac-12 is the ACC. You have Maryland. You got teams like Miami. You got teams like Ohio, like Virginia Tech. A step down from that is then the Big 12. Big 12 has teams like Auburn, California, Coastal Carolina, Florida, and so on. And then a step down from that is your American League. You got teams like Colorado, San Jose State, Nebraska, Mississippi State, BYU. And then step down from that is then the Sun Belt. The Sun Belt has a couple Power 5 schools in here as well. You got Arizona State, Arkansas, you got Virginia, and then you got teams like Northern Illinois, Army, Rice, and so on. Next is the Mountain West Conference. You got teams like Cincinnati, Michigan State is one to watch, Pittsburgh, Wake Forest, Houston. A step down from the Mountain West is going to be the MAC Conference, where you have teams like Baylor, pretty much the big one to watch. Baylor or Vanderbilt. San Diego State sometimes is pretty good in this game. And then the very last conference is Conference USA. So these are teams that are fighting to not become independent. If you've ever played NCAA, you know that it doesn't allow you to completely erase independence. You have to have one independent team in. Right now it's Kent State. They're the only ones. So at the end of the year, Kent State will then move into Conference USA, and the worst team in Conference USA will get relegated to independent for a year. But kind of how, like I explained earlier, winner of Conference USA is going to move into the MAC. Winner of the MAC is going to move into the Mountain West, so on and so forth, up the ladder. It's going to be a fun series. I think it's a fun idea. So we're going to see how it goes. And yeah, man, these are our conferences we're going to start off year number 1 with. All right, we're back. This is later in the day. We got a haircut. W Barber for real. But it's time to pick our team. We're starting at the lowest conference, so we're going to start rock bottom. We're going to start in the Conference USA. I think we're going to start with East Carolina. Sorry. I just feel like I like their colors the best, I'll be so honest. So I think we're going to rock with East Carolina. We're going to start as an offensive coordinator. There's a few rules to this for me. When it comes to getting a promotion, I can only get promoted within the league that I'm in. So I can't go from Conference USA to the SEC. I have to work my way up. So if a couple years go by and I am just struggling to get this team over the hump into the next conference of the pyramid, I can switch teams within that conference or below. So, for example, if I get to the Big Ten, I can't switch up to the SEC, but I can switch down to the Pac-12, or I could switch through a different team in the Big Ten. So yeah, we're gonna rock with Coastal Carolina today, or Eastern Carolina. I'm so sorry. We're signing this contract real quick. About to get this season started. Let's see, coaching skills. We got 1 upgrade. I'll probably just run it with injury just to be safe. I know this game has a lot of injuries. We're in week 1. We got a bye week. But I was going to give you guys a rundown on just our team and everything. So let's look at our depth chart and give you guys a rundown on our team. We got our senior redshirted quarterback starting. He's a 74 overall. He does have 71 speed. But I was checking out his throwing stats because the junior right beneath him has the same overall. He just has a little better throwing power. His throw accuracy is almost the exact same. So the throwing power is what won him the job. Looking at our halfbacks, we got Rajai Harris. He's got the starting job. He's 82 overall. He is a junior, so we get 2 years of him. We got a 42 overall fullback. Looking at our wide receivers, we got a few of them on here. The top 2 are both seniors, and then our third slot receiver is a junior. The most enticing thing is just the speed of these guys. We got our second receiver Hatfield with 89, and we've got Patterson with 90. That's the reason he gets the job over Gardner. He's just not as quick. Looking at our tight end, we got Calhoun starting. He's a 78 overall. Then we got Savage backing him up. Ferguson probably won't get a ton of playing time. But we got a decent line. Our left tackle at a 79, left guard at a 75, center at a 75 as well, right guard at 75, and a right tackle at a 75. So pretty decent O-line. We got an 81 left end rusher. On the right end, we got a 75 guy coming off. He is a junior. He wins the job over the other junior, Elijah Morris, just because of his speed, and he has higher strength. So I give Ware the start over that. We have Donta Johnson and Jason Shufford. starting there, junior and a senior. We also have a freshman Nims right underneath at a 72 overall. We'll probably try to get him in a little bit as well. Our linebacker core is kind of weak, I'll be honest. We have some guys like Lewis at an 82 overall. He is a senior though. We also have a couple middle linebackers with Edwards and Jackson. One's a junior, one's a senior, but we just don't have enough guys. A lot of these guys are second or third strings at each position. Our cornerbacks looking pretty good. The most enticing part again is just the speed. We got two guys with 90 speed. One's also a freshman, so I'm super excited about Isaiah Brown. Siobhan Revel should be pretty good for us this year as well. And then underneath, we got a couple more guys that are pretty quick, but they just need more time to develop. Hopefully he jumps a couple overall. Devin King for next year, so we can get him in at 89 speed. We have the sophomore at 86. Hopefully that can jump up a little bit as well. At free safety, we're starting Julius Wood. He's a senior. He's 81 overall with 85 speed. And at strong safety, we have Tegan Wilk at a 79 overall at 81 speed. We got a pretty decent kicker. We got a 79 overall. Andrew Conrad, and then our punter is Luke Larson. Our returner for this year is going to be Antoine Jackson. He's a 91 overall, 90 speed. He's going to be returning kicks. For our punt returns, we're going to let JSI Hatfield get in there a little bit. He's a 97 overall returner with 89 speed and 94 agility. Team's looking decent, to be honest. I think we can make a run with this team in the conference. They're projecting us to be in the championship game this year, so we got a little bit of fire to live up to. We'll see how it goes. I'm getting pretty excited. We'll jump in the game and I'll meet you guys there. All right, here we go. First game of the season. First 2 weeks we did a bye week, so Kent is 1-1. They are the one independent team of the entire association. We're moving in. First game of the year. Kind of a warm-up game. It's not like a conference game or nothing, as most conference games don't start until about week 3. But we're going to get in. We're going to test the team out a little bit, and we're going to see how everything's feeling. So, looks like we're the overwhelming favorite. Better offense, better defense. This should definitely be a win, but we'll see how it goes. Always call tails, never call heads is my philosophy, and we lost. So maybe not a philosophy you should use. Only the offensive coordinator, like I was saying earlier, so we only get to play offense. Moved in for our first drive here. A couple limitations I've made for myself is 90% of the time, pretty much, I'm going to try to use coaches' calls, just so that it creates a little more difficulty for me. Testing out our quarterback Garcia. We got Harris on the field, Hatwell, Johnson. The first play is going to be a screen pass to our running back. Nothing really there. Probably going to try to hit Swell. There it goes. Oh, money. There we go. Oh, shit. There we go, Garcia. 13-yard rush right there, breaking tackles. Y'all saw that. Oh, nope, nothing. Oh, shit. Go, Garcia. Get a couple yards right there. Man, first drive of the season. Garcia is down already. And quarterback injuries in this game are so common. We might have to turn it down a little bit, but we're going to get a little taste of our junior right here. What he can do. Ooh, hey, that was a nice little pass in a tight window right there. Drilled it in, little bullet pass. Alex Flynn, okay, starting off pretty good. Gameplay probably not gonna be amazing. We're probably gonna throw a million interceptions this year. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. I just be tossing it up sometimes. Right there, he's wide open. Well, let's go. Let's go Chase. 34 yards right there. Alex Flynn's kind of killing it right now. We didn't really get to test out Garcia, but who knows, man. If Flynn keeps playing like this, we might not be able to take him out. Oh, up the middle. Harris for a touchdown. Let's get it, boy. First one on the board. First drive of the season results in 7. You know how we work. Defense gets a turnover. We're right here in the red zone already. 20-yard line. Inside of the 20-yard line. We are going to try and go right here on it. Oh, bro. That's what I'm talking about, guys. I'm going to need to, back for drive number 3. The defense created a turnover inside the red zone for us, and then I threw it right back. So this is our 3rd drive. Ooh, and I almost throw a second one. Ugly. The first one was an ugly interception, so I'm probably going to take it out the video. I'm not going to lie. Okay. Come on, Flynn. Alright, we're going to look for Johnson right here on the hitch. Oh, nope, we're going to hit X. Little dump off. Let's go Chase. Swell. Is that how you say it? Is it Swell or Swell? I'm going to just call him Chase for now. But we didn't get the first down. Turned it over. So we're back on the field for our 4th drive of the game. Defense just got us a fumble recovery for a touchdown. So we're up 14 zip now. Game's going pretty good for us right now. We're going to try to get into the run game a little bit. I've been throwing it up, passing, making some bad throws, kind of wasting drives, I feel like. So just kind of little stuff like that. Get Harris going. 13-yard rush right there. Only 3 rushes on the game. Got to get him involved a little more. I'm going to try a pass right here, though. We're going to try to hit Patterson. Kind of just see who gets open. Doesn't look like anybody. See if Flynn can run a little bit. We're going to try to hit X down deep. Man, that's a bad throw on my end. Again, it's the 2nd one I've thrown today. Well, end of the 1st quarter. We're still at 14 zip. Drive the 2nd quarter. Defense gets us another turnover in the red zone or right outside the red zone. We're going to try to rush it in. I've made 2 really bad throws today, so I am going to try to work on being more conservative with the football down the field. Luckily, defense is cooking for us today. Circle. A little catch right there. Let's go Jalen Johnson. All right. Now we're going to try to run it up the middle. See if we can get this touchdown in real quick. Make it a 23 zip game. They stuff him. Damn. We're going to try to toss this time. We're just going to try it to the outside, see how it goes. I haven't run one today, so see how the line holds up. I feel like it went pretty good. You just had the cornerback blitz from the outside right there. But we do get a holding call. That is brutal, bro. Come on, Ferguson. Holding call on the tight end, 2nd and goal from like the 14-yard line. I think we're going to look to pass it right here. Let's see what's coach got in store for us. Let's see. We're going to put Patterson on a slant the other direction. We're just going to see how this goes. We're going to hit circle because he's open. Half field. There we go. 12 yards. Puts us back around the 2. 3rd and goal. I think I might try to attempt it up the middle again. Yeah, 8 halfback dive up the middle. Yeah, the middle's wide open right here. This is a touchdown. We're going to be up 21 to zip. There we go. Harris with the 2nd touchdown of the game. And we're up big before halftime, man. All right, and we're back on the field. Trying to make it a 28 to zip game before halftime. We're kind of cooking these guys. Oh, man. Come on, Flynn. Yeah, 5 for 11, 80 yards, and 2 interceptions. This is what I'm talking about, guys. I might kind of ruin our quarterbacks now. Right here, I think we're looking at Jalen Johnson or Hatfield. Kind of see if either of them gets open. Hatfield does. That could have been a pick. Safety rolled over the top. So defense actually gets the ball back. We got one more chance to get another score before halftime. So we're going to try to be careful with the ball here, though. I don't want to get another turnover. I don't want to ruin our quarterbacks. I don't want to ruin the quarterbacks like numbers for the year, week 1. Even though it's our backup, our starter hasn't came back in the game, so I'm just not sure what's up with Mason Garcia. We'll have to see after the game how long he plans to be out. Flynn hasn't been bad though. The passes that I've turned into interceptions have honestly been my fault. So I can't really blame him. Just bad ball management by me. But we get sacked there. Offensive line doesn't hold up. We're just going to try sweep. See if we can get any space with Harris. If not, we'll take it into halftime. We're up pretty big already. And 4th and 9. So up 21 zip at halftime. I'll let you know if they score. But if not, I'll see you guys in the second half. So Kent State does get a score before halftime. 21-3. They get a little field goal. We get the ball back with just 11 seconds left. I'm just going to hit a little running play right here. Get out of bounds. Probably try something deep right now, actually. Just might as well throw it up there. We're up pretty big anyways. Let's see. Let's run a play action vertical. We're going to try to hit Johnson, I think. Or we're going to roll out if he's not open, and we're going to try to hit X and just kind of see what magic we can make happen. We're going to try to hit X. It's just a bad throw by Flynn. Better ball management by me. In the second half is what I'm going to work on. Other than that, though, defense has been holding up. Right back to start the second half. We get the ball first. Looks like we got a big return. We're starting our field position around the 30-yard line. Opponent's 30-yard line. Flip the run right here. Run it up first. Down. We're going to try to hit a little screen pass right now. See how that goes. All right, Harris. Harris has already got 2 touchdowns on the game, so maybe I need to spread the ball out a little more, but I'm going to try this little screen pass. See if we can get anything going. All right, 7 yards. We'll take it. I think I'm going to look to pass it, though. I want to get some of our receivers involved since Harris has both touchdowns on the game, and then the defense has a third one. So we're going to try some hitch routes right here. See if we can get it. We're going to run it with Flynn, and then he gets up. 7-yard little rush right there. All right. Ooh. Oh man, fumble by the quarterback. That's on me. I should have threw it out of bounds, started running backwards, and it turned into a nightmare, bro. For the 19-yard line. It's not over yet, though. I mean, 2nd and goal. Kind of got a ways to go, though, but we'll see if we can get. See if we can hit. We'll hit the running back right here. He drops it, bro. Come on. That's our backup running back, so it wasn't Harris, but. And Flynn is injured. We now have our 3rd string quarterback in the game. Good thing we're up by a decent amount, but this game of the year, this is a terrible sign. So we'll probably end up having to take 3 right here, 4th and goal. It's coach's decision. So 24-3. He's got a high injury risk. Our backup quarterback does. We don't have a 3rd quarterback on the team because I redshirted the younger guy. Since we're up, I think we got to keep him in. Really, I think the goal right now is, I know it's still the 3rd quarter. It's to score, but not to get Flynn injured in case Garcia is out for a long period of time. We're going to roll out right here. That's what I was just saying. Roll out, throw the ball to Patterson, give him a little 12-yard game right there. First one of the day for Jahari Patterson. Try a little option right here, see how it goes. Oh my God. No way. That's crazy. Well, that little option attempt turned into a negative 9-yard play. I threw another one. 3rd interception on the day, and they've all honestly been my fault. So we're going to try to get the run game going a little bit just to feel safe since he has high injury risk. I don't know how long that stuff lasts, but I didn't actually read like his diagnosis. I probably should have, but I just saw that it said high risk. But I know we don't have a second quarterback like I was saying earlier, so I didn't really know what else I could do. Take Harris up the middle. I can get this first down. Easy money. In the 3rd quarter, we're up 24-3. Can't beat that. First game of the year is going pretty well. Harris has been a huge prize pod though today. He's been killing it. We gave him 13 rushes. He only has 70 yards, but he's averaging like 6 yards a carry. But look up the middle. Harrison might be our go-to. I mean, again, we're probably playing one of the sucky teams we'll play this entire year, but Harris has been killer today. Nice to know that we got like a good running back behind the quarterback if needed, especially with my poor decisions in the passing game. So kind of get it moving a little bit. My intention is kind of run out the clock here, just because like it's not a whole lot going on. I mean, they're not really fighting back. Defense has been on lockdown today. They've got 3 points the entire game. We're in the fourth quarter. We also haven't capitalized really in the red zone here. So my goal here is to get in the end zone. Throw a little. I mean, so far, I guess we've got in 2 out of 3 times. Third time we did get a field goal. But we also got knocked back from first and goal at like the 4 to first and goal from, or second and goal from the freaking 19. So just being. Ooh, throw that guy. That's a good pass. If we could have led him a little bit, could have been a touchdown. But Calhoun, get our tight end or target right there. I want to see if I can try to get one of the receivers in the end zone. We just haven't been able to all day. So even if it's a tight end, like Calhoun is, I think who I'm going to target right here. Oop, and nope. Nobody's open. Flynn with a little rush for a yard. The hard part is like, yeah, I could use like the entire playbook, but I kind of want to limit myself to like what the coach calls, just unless it's a time where I really want to branch out. I just feel like it makes it a little more difficult, a little more challenging for me. Oh, that's a terrible throw, Flynn. Well, third and goal. We really haven't been able to get our receivers in. I'm going to try one more time. If not, we can just take the field goal. I feel pretty confident we come out with this dub, so I just want to try to get the receivers in the end zone. It's kind of my goal right now. That was just a bad pass. Well, looks like we'll probably take the field goal. 27-3. 2 minutes to go. I kind of just been running the clock down. They did come and they did score. They went for 2, made it a 16-point game. I'm not too worried about them, like coming back or anything. But our backup quarterback, Alex Flynn, he did go down again. I'm not quite sure when. I just kind of realized. Now that I'm checking you guys back in, I kind of just been running the ball. Been out. He's out for just the rest of the game. He's got a strained back. It'll be all right. Harris has kind of just been cooking. 6-yard rush right there. He's been marching us down the field here. He's got 20 rushes for 112 yards, 2 touchdowns. Having a great game. We're going to try a little play action, see if we can get our receivers in the end zone. Just because, again, still haven't got a receiver to touchdown today. So let's see what we can do here. Ooh. That could have been a touchdown. Again, we have like a wide receiver in, or running back in at quarterback right now, so it might not be super possible, but still, again, it's worth the attempt. You know what I mean? Try to get these guys' stats up a little bit. Oh man, catch for Savage. We're kind of working with what we got for today. Quarterback, well, at least have the backup quarterback back by next week. But losing both quarterbacks in the first week, man, it's kind of rough. Luckily, Flynn is only out for the day. We still got to check up on Garcia. Here we are. Victory formation, guys. I didn't know we were this close. We might go for this, just to go for it. Try to get our receivers in to the end zone, like I was saying. 32-11 currently. Let's just try to get our stats up, get our receivers a touchdown real quick. We're going to aim for Hatfield, we'll aim for Hatfield. Come on. This guy's quick, though. And I threw a pick. Dang. What is that, 4 for me on the day? Rough. I'm going to have to clean it up, but we're not going to get nowhere. Game, guys, we won 32-11. I threw 4 interceptions. So, again, if you're here for the gameplay, you're probably pretty disappointed. The bright spot was Harris. He had 112 yards. He averaged over 5 yards a carry. We got our first dub of the season, 1-0. On to the next. Before we end the video, I'm probably going to give you guys a rundown of how the league's shaking up after 3 weeks. We've only played 1 game, but the schedule that it gave us, our first 2 weeks were bye weeks. So I'll probably give you guys a rundown on like who's leading the league in passing, who's the projected Heisman Also give you a rundown of our recruiting real quick after this guy auto saves, and then yeah, man, we'll kind of look at how the league's shaping up, what the computer's top 25 poll is looking like. So looking at our recruiting board here, we do have a couple quarterbacks that I'm looking to get, just because one's a senior, one's a junior. Clayton White is the guy that I'm really going after. But I also have these guys on here. I scouted them and they kind of turned out to be a little bit of a bust. One thing I forgot to tell you guys though is for recruiting, until we get past the until we get into the Big 12, I'm not allowed to recruit anything more than a 3-star athlete. So our big needs going into next season is receiver, or that's one of the big needs. We need 2 of them, so I'm going after just a bunch of them. These 3-star guys, or we got a couple 2-stars in here. Looks like we're leading for the majority. I really want to get Randall Hardy in here. We'll kind of see how it goes. Another thing too is we're looking at some guards. We need a guard and a center, but none of the centers at 3-star were really looking great or had any interest into us. So I might look to move one of these guys to center. I kind of want to get Derek Browning in here. He's from our pipeline state of North Carolina. So he's homegrown. We also got Tyson Carroll in here, pipeline from Georgia. And this guy is one that I do want to try to bring in South Carolina, just because it's a pipeline we might lose next year. But he's a 60 overall. I've scouted most of these guys. Defensive end is one of just the random ones I picked up. I'm looking to try to get Kevin Brooks. Linebacker, also a huge need for us right now. So it looks like we're leading on Greg Jones. Trey Smith is one guy that I really want, but I'm not sure if we're going to be able to steal him away from Charlotte. We'll see. We're leading on Willie Green, and we are leading on Jamal Mason, and we're also leading on Alvin Walker. For middle linebackers, I didn't put any points into these guys. We're just too far behind. When we're this far behind, it's just kind of no point. Cornerbacks, I also need to get a few of these guys, but I haven't put any points into them yet. I want to prioritize like middle linebacker or linebackers, and I want to try to prioritize wide receivers so we have something on offense. And I'm also looking at these athletes, so I have 300 going into each of them. I believe I'm not too far behind on these guys. I'm leading on 2 of them. But yeah, nobody's ready for visits yet. We got 29 people that are for team needs. That's kind of how it's looking. I think our number one guy right now is I'm looking to get in some wide receivers and some guards and a quarterback. So I'm looking to beef up the offense just to make for more gameplay, more fun gameplay. We're also going to try to bring in some linebackers just because we don't have that many bodies. Our backup like middle linebackers and our backup left outside linebackers, they're the same as our backup right outside linebackers. They're kind of playing all 3 positions wherever they're going to be needed if we have any injuries or anybody goes down. So it's just going to be nice to get a couple more bodies on the team. The next video we got number 16, UNC. We're heading out to play UNC at their stadium. Going to war. East Carolina looks forward to their road matchup against North Carolina. Before we head off, though, I'm just going to give you guys a look at the top 25 after 3 weeks. Looks like LSU is number 1, Ohio State number 2, USC number 3, and Clemson, Notre Dame, Georgia, Washington, Kansas State, Oregon State, and so on. These top 25 polls we'll probably go over just to see what the computer thinks. Again, at the end of the year when we do the playoffs, it's going to be all conference winners and then 2 of the SEC teams like we went over earlier. But it's fun to see who the computer thinks is the best team in the league. Heisman Watch. If we're looking at the Heisman Watch right now, it looks like Ohio State quarterback Cal McGord is leading. You have Paul Tyson from Clemson, Logan Diggs, Jalen Milroe at Alabama, and then Kendall Milton, halfback for Georgia. All right, and now to look at some of the season stats. So passing leaders through 3 weeks, you got Spencer Rattler leading with Mertz behind him, Jefferson at Arkansas, 3rd place, Riley Leonard at Duke, A. Reed at Western Kentucky, and then Flynn, kind of a bad game. We've also only played 1 game, but we only have 111 passing yards. Rushing leaders, Harris at 114, again, we've only played one game. R. Davis over at Kentucky, 408. Eldridge III at Air Force, 407. And then it drops off a little bit from there. Arkansas, Dubinion, Estime, and then Milton. Receiving leaders, you have Malik Neighbors with 401 leading the league. McCulley, Metozi, Brooks, and Shepard. Tackle leaders, Casey with 18, Rudolph with 18. Indiana got their guys making some tackles out there. Bailey with 15, Martin with 15, Payne Jr. with 15, and Edwards with 7, only in one game. Sack leaders, we didn't get a sack last game, it looks like, so we're not up there. We have Cooper from Western Kentucky, South Alabama, Winfon, Eastern Michigan, Miles. Wyoming, you have Harris and Singleton from Iowa State. And then interception leaders, looks like we did get an interception last week with Brown. Again, only one game played though. Georgia Southern has 3. OSU has 3 already. So you got some big playmakers on those defense sides. So this is the conclusion of our first episode of the relegation series. It was a lot of fun. We'll probably play like 3 or 4 games in each episode moving forward. This one just had a lot of like setting up the league, running you guys through how it's all going to work and such. But the next couple episodes going to be full gameplay. We're going to be playing a lot of games. We got UNC on the schedule, and then who else do we play? Let's see. All right. So in the coming episodes, looks like next episode we're going to have UNC, we're going to have Nevada, then we're going to have Charlotte, we're going to have Akron. Following that, the next episode will probably be Buffalo, Temple, Louisiana Tech, Tulsa, and then we'll have Stanford, Ball State, ULM, and then we have a bye week, and we have our conference championship if we make it that far. And then if we win 6 games, which I'm sure we will, we'll also have our bowl game. If we don't make the conference championship, if we make the conference championship, we'll be playing in the 12-team playoffs. So it should be a lot of fun. We'll look to try to finish a season in about 3 to 4 episodes a year, especially while we're only a offensive coordinator. Once we become a head coach, it could dwindle down to 2 or 3 games per episode. But right now we're just the offensive coordinator. We're running through it fast. We're only playing offense. So before we leave, we got to do an injury report. Both our quarterbacks are good. So looks like the only guy that we got is our middle linebacker, Torres Pectoral, and he's out for 8 weeks. BJ Davis. Yeah, man, excited. We'll take on number 16, UNC, next episode. Catch you guys later.